Yeah, I said to those younger players when we signed them, and have said along, and I said to Jess Parks 2 weeks ago, we have to expose these younger players to this occasion and to these occasions because we want them to reach the potential. Irrelevant of the result, Lauren Hemp had to get on the pitch today, just like Georgia Stanway did in 2017. Of course, it helps when you're in control of the game, but you have to expose the players because we see those players as the next Nikita Parris, the next Jill Scott, the next Steph Orton. And you have to expose these players, otherwise they're never going to reach their potential. But I thought Keira Walsh was excellent, Abby McManus was excellent. Georgia Stanway is Georgia Stanway and just plays the way that she plays. And then Hemp, when she came on, nearly got 2 goals.
You said that West Ham came out as you expected them to, but played really, really well in the first half. What do you think was the moment when the game changed for you second half?
I thought half time, it's hard to get messages on the pitch and it's hard to affect the game while the ball is moving. Half time gives you a time to settle everybody down, and I thought we allowed West Ham too many counter attacks. You see the chance from Jane Ross. We gave the ball away. You look at all the other counter attacks. It's coming from our attack or our corner. So there was some real basic tactical things that I suppose an occasion like this can affect. Once we solved those, and once I got my point across in the dressing room of how we play. And it was a little bit like Yeovil last week. We lacked that little identity of how we play, and when you do that, you allow teams to get into the game. But second half, I thought they were excellent, really professional, really controlled, and 3 goals and a clean sheet. We're really pleased with that.
How important was that Keira Walsh save?
Huge, but so was the 2 saves she made in the Continental Cup semi-final when Chelsea were on top. So were all the penalty saves. I could go all the way back to Karen Bardsley making a save against Kelly Smith in my 5th game against Arsenal. She's made huge saves and continues to make huge saves. And I think in these big games, myself and all of the England fans and we see the value of KB in that goal. She's so big. I think she quite thrives off it, making those big saves. And what I think is a good thing is we're all going to say Keira Walsh and Georgia Stanway and Lauren Hemp were excellent, but KB's probably impacted the game more than anybody by keeping it 0-0.
That's it. How have you put together a side that's just got that amount of resilience and that amount of sort of winning mentality?
I think you've hit the nail on the head. I think people will say, we've scored goals, we play good football, and we've got good young players. I think resilience has been our key. That we probably shouldn't have got a draw 2-2 out of the Bristol game, but we did. We probably shouldn't have gone in at half-time against Chelsea 0-0. This team's ability to absorb pressure this season has probably been our best attribute, and I'm completely comfortable, and I have so much belief in them, with the likes of Jen Beattie, Gemma Bonner, Abby McManus, Steph Orton, Karen Bardsley, Keira Walsh, they just absorb pressure, and maybe in 2014, 2015 we didn't have that. 2016 we weren't really put under pressure. 2017, 2018, we didn't absorb the pressure well, and it shows. We didn't win a trophy, and then this year we spoke about it, we changed a few things, and like I say, that's probably been my most pleasing thing, that when we've been on the rack and we've been, like today, conceding counter-attacks, giving chances away, actually we've stayed in the game, absorbed the pressure, and been able to go and take the win.
Going back to what you said about the change after half-time, are you really saying that it's more of a psychological approach to your half-time team rather than a tactical shift? Was it trying to change the psychology and the calmness of the players?
Yeah, I think it's trying to affect the players' mindset. I think that when you play at Wembley, and I don't think this maybe is conscious sometimes. I think it is an unconscious thing. I don't think Nikita Parris or Georgia Stanway just wanted a score for themselves. But I think when you come to this occasion, the opportunity to score at Wembley is so huge that it might impair this decision making. And as the coach, my job is to prepare the players and to affect the players technically, tactically, and to make sure that they go out with the best mindset to win. And these players here, they have full trust in me. I have full trust and belief in them. And we had an honest conversation at half-time, and they went out and won the game, so I'm so proud of them.
How proud are you of the British nature of your side here in the World Cup year as well, and the fact that you've brought through some of these young English players and 3 of them scored at Wembley?
Yeah, I'm so proud of them. I think I say this a lot, our strategy is really evident. I think the strongest part of our football club is myself and Gavin Makel have a really clear strategy of how we work, and we stick to that in good and bad times. And it's to have good young players, to develop good young players, and to put responsibility and expectation on them to win along the way. And I think you create good players. And if we can be as British as possible, we will. You know, we have the likes of, you know, Janine Becky, Pauline Bramer, you know, Tessa Woolert. But, you know, if there are young players out there, good young players, we'd like to play a part in developing them because it's our belief in how we're going to be successful. And today is just a good day where we can sit back and look at it and, you know, be proud of those players. And now move on and be proud of all of the players that go to the World Cup and hope that they can win, you know, the trophy just like we've won today.
For an 18-year-old, how good a player have you got with Lauren Hemp?
It's hard to say because I don't want to put expectation on her, but you see it. She's got so much talent. She's such an exciting player. She's technically good. She can score goals. She's got speed. She's got everything that I wouldn't want to play against. But we've just got to make sure that we develop her in the right way because Bristol did an incredible job of getting her to the level where she is now. You know, Willie Kirk has developed Lauren Hemp to being able to play a FA Cup final and score. We've had a year with her. We need a bit more time. You can see she's coming off the bench a lot. But, you know, next season she'll be a top player for us and she'll be somebody that plays in our team every week in, week out. Just like Georgia Stanway, you know, had those years where we blooded her in and out and now is a huge player for us. And Lauren Hemp will follow that path.
And if you could avoid defeat next weekend, what would the unbeaten domestic season mean? Where would that rank as an achievement for you?
I think it's a huge achievement for the football club, for the players, for the staff, because I'm a realist. I understand football, and last year we didn't win anything, and there are reasons for that. There's no point in being emotional about it. We had to be logical. We had to look at the off-season. We had to see why we thought physically we weren't great at the end of the season, why we thought the mindset of the group wasn't resilient enough and maybe didn't absorb pressure enough. And we changed a few things in the off-season. 1 or 2 members of staff, 1 or 2 things with the operation. We brought some new players in, and, you know, potentially we can go undefeated. The flip side of that is we should have won the league. You know, we feel Arsenal deserve the league, but we don't feel they were better than us. You know, we haven't lost the game. We should have won the game against Reading when we were 1-0 up. We should have won the game against Bristol when we were 1-0 up. We should have won the game against Chelsea when we were 2-0 up. We probably shouldn't have gave away the 2 mistakes that we gave away against Bristol at home. It was a set piece against Reading. Now, I can go through all of these things, but we have to look at the logical reasoning and go, how do we make sure we don't draw games next year whilst retaining all the good things that we had this year? There's football. Yeah, I think we always go in games to win games. We won't play with the goal of being undefeated. We'll just do what we normally do. We'll play the game to win. And I'll pick the team. We'll give the players tomorrow and Monday off, back in on Tuesday. And we'll look at how the team train. We'll prepare the week and we'll put the best team on the pitch to win that game of football. Just like we would any game. We won't be taking our foot off the gas. We won't be, you know, joining any kind of party. We'll just be playing to try and win. And if it means we go undefeated, we'll be proud of that achievement as well. I reflect on the Champions League as probably the tail end of what happened last season. We hadn't got over that. We needed time, and we come up against a very good Atletico Madrid team, but we were probably still in that sort of development phase of getting over the things. We changed the working week. Or if I went into all the detail, it was new then, and the Champions League probably came a little bit too soon for us. But we'll reflect on that. We just reflect on draws. You know, we have to. Listen, I'm not a genius, but I said in 2016 that the league would be won on head-to-heads. I said this season the league would be won on the teams that dropped points in and around the head-to-heads, and it's been proven that I thought we were, you know, against Chelsea, against Arsenal, we could go and win, but we had to make sure that we were consistent enough across those games, and we haven't been consistent enough. You know, we should have won the game against Reading and Bristol and Chelsea after being in winning positions, but we didn't. But, you know, that's football. We'll have to go back, look at it, reflect on it, see if there's any real reasons why maybe we didn't win those games, and then improve those things. You know, no one always wins. I think it's dangerous to make Champions League your top aspiration because there's so many difficult teams in it. And not only is there so many difficult teams in it, you see every year, because of the format of the Champions League, you don't really know who you've got. You can get the best team, you can get the best unseeded team, and then it's a real tight game. I think you've just got to go into Champions League and and relish the fact that you're putting yourself up against the best teams in Europe. And if you're good enough, you'll get through to the last stages. And Chelsea got through to the last stage, and I thought in the Champions League this year they were excellent. And we all seen the way they pushed Lyon hard. We'll probably, our goal is always to be domestically dominant, to be up there, to try and make it the 7th season where come April we're competing for everything. And with Champions League, we'll embrace the fact that we're playing up against Europe's elite and hope that we can do what we've done in 2016 and 2017 and try and get into those latter stages where, you know, you're really with the big teams and the best team goes on and win.
There's 2 teams coming into the league next year who could be very well resourced. Your neighbours almost certainly will be very well resourced. Indeed, your opponent today will invest quite heavily after the success they've had. How do you think that changes the dynamic of the league?
I think it'll make the league more competitive. The more teams that come in, you see this year with West Ham coming in, it's made the league more competitive. Man United coming in and Tottenham, yeah, we embrace that as a club. We know that our belief is the way that we work and the strategy that we have, and the changes that we make around that strategy hopefully will keep us competitive. And our goal is to be competitive in the league. But we know it's getting even more difficult. It's getting harder and harder to win. That's why when we do win, we're so proud, because maybe we had a luxury in 2016 going undefeated in the league and winning it and winning the Continental Cup. It's so competitive, but it makes the product of the league so much better, and we embrace that.
Coming back to your achievement today, what is it like and how enjoyable is it to come here for a second time and win again?
It's incredible. Like, you know, to come to Wembley, to have the opportunity to fight to get to Wembley is it's a good thing. And then when you get here, you just got to enjoy it. I reflected this morning with my assistant on 2017, and I probably didn't enjoy it as much because the occasion almost takes hold of you, because you're here but you want to win. Today I tried to be a little bit more logical and just try and think a little bit more about the game, and up to now I'm enjoying it. So yeah, it's just a great opportunity. I'm so proud of the players. I hope the players will go now and spend so much time with their family, and they put so much effort in and commitment and dedication this year to making this team successful again, that they deserve everything they get.